Yeah, I'll still be short on being able to build the deck.
Yeah, but like, are you close? All you need to be is close, and I can
Um,
fill in the other holes.
close, close because I don't have the unspeakable horror. I don't have. Oh, I have one Doom Beast.
All right, so only one Doom Beast, no unspeakable horror.
Only one Noxian Fervor
Okay.
and no Stalking Shadows.
No stalking shadows. Got it. We can still make the list work. It's
And
gonna be
only
okay.
two Decimate.
Only two decimate. Got it. So, do you have another brothers bond to put in?
Let me see. Oh yeah, I think I bought a copy of that.
All right. Yeah, yeah. So if we can put three in the deck, so one more than we
Oh
had.
no, I don't have any. Oh wait, I could buy it with the crystals, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy anything with crystal, try and buy Doom Beast with crystal. It's the same amount. Definitely want Doom Beast if possible.
Okay, Doom Beast then. Should I max out the Doom Beast?
Yeah, if possible.
Okay, three. I have now three Doom Beasts.
Three Doom Beast. All right. Can you get any Noxian Fervor as well? Because if we could max these up, then the deck's gonna be great.
I would only be able to get. Okay, I think I could get it.
That it's coming together. It's gonna be all good.
Oh yeah, I have max Noxian Fervors now.
All right, cool, cool, cool. And are you out of stuff to create stuff with? If so, that's fine. We can go from there. You there, bud?
So yeah, what the deck is missing is the Unspeakable Horror. I think I could buy that. No, would only be able to buy one copy.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Um, don't buy that yet. We're gonna go through and we'll try and fill in the holes. I'm following along on my screen, taking out and putting in what you have, so I can get an
Right.
exact list.
I would now pretty much is I'm
You have 34
going
cards, right?
assuming that I could just take out the. I'm gonna take out the cards that I need pretty much. I mean that I don't have.
Yeah, just take out the cards you don't have.
Okay, so Unspeakable Horror is out, and the three Stalking Shadows are out, and one Decimate. So that means I have two Decimates. Yes, I
Yep,
have 34 cards.
got it. So if we wanna go to your one cost, can you afford? Do you have any more Legion Rear Guard? It's a 1 mana 3/2. Can't block.
What? What's it called?
Legion Rearguard. LEGION REARGUARD.
I have
You have one of it?
one extra, I believe.
Alright, if you
Yeah,
want to put two in there, then just put as many as that in the deck as you can.
I have just one more, so I have two now.
Alright, cool.
In the
And we'll keep going from there. That's fine. Then you don't have any more Brothers Bonds, you said, right?
Brothers Bond. No, I don't.
Alright, do you have any Imperial Demolitionist? What are these names? It's a 2 mana 3/2.
No, I just have the two.
Alright. Do you have any Legion Grenader? LEGION GRENADIER.
Legion Grenader. Yes, I have two.
Alright, throw two in there then. Keep looking.
That's 37.
Alright. 37. We're getting there. We can fill it out. Do you have any Iron Ballista? A 3 mana 4/3.
Iron Ballista. Yes, I have two.
Alright, throw two in there. And then You have the one Captain Fenron, right? Let's just throw a Captain Fenron in there.
So this is a different take on Elise.
Yeah, this should work fine. Alright. And then if you want to watch the stream, I'm going to play through it right now, alright? And we can, or just like watch them sharing screen. You can just watch on Discord. And we'll talk through it together, alright? Sound good? Because I can't watch you play, so.
Okay, yeah, I could watch you.
Yep. So the first time, I'm just going to go through and explain some things I'm thinking about. And the second time, you're going to tell me what you would do. And then the third game, you can basically just play through me. Just tell me what you're going to do in the final game. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good.
Bet.
Yep. Oh, so I'm not the only one that they started updating for. That's funny.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was. That just happened to me. Oh, is there an update? I guess like the labs got updated with their patch notes. I have no idea what any of this means or is, but alright. We're gonna give you an example in Masters here. This is the one we just made, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Alright. Let's get it. I need a bong rip for this. Cheers, buddy.
She saw you hit the ball and you kind of wait.
Yeah.
I was so shocked because I'd never seen it before.
Yeah, you're allowed to do it. Or I know I'm.
That's
well,
cool.
it's legal here, so. Fuck it. Alright, so. Big things we're looking for. We're looking for turn ones. We're always looking for Elise, and we're looking for spot. This is honestly just a fine hand. We're just okay in this every time. We're just very happy to get this hand.
Wow, that looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous, dude. It's a curvy hand. So we're just going to open with the Spider. He has no turn one answer. So right now, the only two regions is Gangplank Sejuani can hit you with a card that kills a 1-mana level 1. And then a Thermo Beam from the yellow region. I don't even remember it. Whichever one Ezreal's from. So here, we're just going to Elise, because he doesn't have answers. He plays this, and we're just gonna pass. Even though we're an aggro deck, we just like we want to save Elise and we want to upgrade it, right? And so we're just gonna chill free right here. He didn't get the bonus from this, so. So here we're gonna hit our own Elise, which is fine. And we're doing this because we want a 2-3 to trade into his 2-2 when it swings.
Alright.
So he'll usually just pass here. And we saved 5 mana for this, Brothers Bond, and this to get Nightfall effect. So we open with this, and then we hope he plays a card, because we don't want him to have much response mana. He doesn't, we play this. And then we're just fucking swinging on him.
Wow.
And then whatever gets open, we're brothers bonding.
Right.
And then you pack a bowl in between, alright? It's the most important part, honestly. So, we don't really care about this. So, I don't know why he's kind of a bad player, because he blocked the 1-1 and then gave it Barrier Lifesteal. But we dropped him to 5, and then we have this for 2, and this for a bigger swing. And we have Board. So we're looking for like burn damage to finish, so we're looking for Fervor and Decimate.
That's a lot of damage.
And Doom Beast. Yeah, you can swing hard with this shit. So here, we're trying to get as much on board as possible. so that next turn we can just open attack because he used all his mana. He's going to have only 2 creatures. And we use the 2 mana card now because after he swings and trades right here, we have Doom Beast for burn damage, and then we have open attack for game next turn, see? And this dude got smorked. And one of the reasons playing decks like this I feel like is pretty good on ladder, it's pretty simple, so after like probably 10 games you're not thinking that much about what you're doing, and you're paying attention to what your opponent's doing, you know what I mean? So you can, and because the games are quick, you can like understand the first like 5 turns of pretty much every deck in the game, playing the game for like a week, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it really helps because then when you switch over to decks, like you know what your opponent's gonna do and you just like plan properly. Alright, this time, you're gonna tell me what's good.
I have a question. What's the difference between the version that I'm currently playing and this one?
We're both basically going for the same things. It's basically just like a couple different card choices to get there.
Okay.
They're probably able to win on a couple lines against a couple decks a little quicker than you are, just because they have that extra decimate, and you have the Captain Fenron, which is like an 8 curve instead of, an earlier one. So it gives your opponent a chance. Some decks might be able to heal in that time. You know what I mean? So you are playing a slightly gimped version, but like especially for like getting into the game and laddering, your deck's going to be absolutely fine. You won't notice the difference until probably like Diamond Masters, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And
even if it does affect it here and there, and it's like a 1 or 2% less win rate, I mean, you're playing so many games with an aggro deck, you won't really notice. It should be fine most of the time. Didn't change that much, you know what I mean? And the things that we did change were good. They're cards that would have been in there anyway, they just didn't fit.
Right. I was having issues earlier. I actually haven't won a PvP match all day because there's these decks that pretty much just put bigger bodies, and at least what I noticed, that was at a higher volume as well. So I'm like, how I'm running all these low cost units, and this guy still has way more, bodies on board than I do.
Yeah, so this deck should be able to get bodies on board. During the mulligan, you're really looking for level 1s because you can flood board really easily, you know what I mean? Turn 1 you can play a 1 cost, turn 2 you can play 2 1 costs. So you can get 3 bodies on board and your opponent potentially might be saving mana. A lot of decks like to save mana until turn 3. Just turn into spell mana. And so you can swing for like upwards of like 12 damage in those turns. Alright. This one we're taking input. So just tell me what you would do in this situation and then why, okay?
Yep.
Got it. Hopefully we can get you some dubs.
What I was pretty much learning, playing all day yesterday and today.
Alright. Do you know what Aurelia Azir does yet? Anyway, what would you mulligan here?
No, I faced it against the AI, and all I understood was that sometimes they put some bodies on board because of I think Azir's ability puts like sun.
Alright, we gotta play the game. We're roping here, so.
Play it.
What are you mulliganing?
Okay. I probably would have rolled like one of the precious pets.
Nope, we're rolling Noxie and Fervor here. We want 3 turn 1s because on his turn we can drop the turn 1 body, and then on our turn we can drop 2 1/1 bodies.
Oh my god, that's even better.
It is. We're chilling here. So here he gets free damage, but it's fine. We'll just regard. And then this deck's kind of slow on the first 2 turns sometimes, so it's either gonna play a landmark or a 2/1 elusive body or a 1/1. We don't really know. We don't really care. This deck struggles into fearsome and overwhelm, so we should be fine here.
Yeah, overwhelm. I was just getting handed earlier.
So he's gonna probably trade a 2-1 into this, which is okay. We get 4 damage here, and then we have this on our turn 3 curve, and then we're hoping for another 2 mana card to curve for our turn 4 as 2 manas. So we got it. So we have this turn, and then these next turn to floodboard. We have a good blocker now. So here we're going to take a bunch of damage, but it's actually fine. We're just going to block Azir. Could block this and get a little bit more value. We're going to block Azir though. Alright, and then you see how we got the 4 mana for this next turn, and then potentially Decimate if nothing else next turn. We're trying to set ourselves up mana-wise. So, the thought process here is we're going to play this first because we don't want him to drop Walking Sands because it blocks our Fearsome unit really well. So we're just going to start with House Spider and hope he Aurelias or wastes enough mana to the point where he can't Walking Sands on his turn. That's a really big part of this game, is setting your opponent up for like failure because he doesn't know I'm trying to do this. It doesn't work this time, but he's only going to get 1 Walking Sands, so it's going to be fine. Oh, he Aurelias instead, so our opponent just made a really big mistake here. We can swing dumb hard. And anything he blocks dies to this. So that's fine, even though it's going to be a shit blocker. Another shit blocker dies there. We might keep this just because it has 2 health for better blocks to survive next turn and guarantee we win. Because this goes through regardless, drops him to 5. Drops him to 6. And then we're a Decimate and any other burn damage away from winning the game now. Alright, so this Decimate wins this game. We're gonna drop this. Oh. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're gonna drop this. Alright, what would you do here?
I'm waiting for it to load up.
I got you.
It freezes.
It froze for me a little bit there too.
What I would do, I probably would drop the 2-drop to see if he drops something else as well.
So we can, that is one thing, but we're dropping this right now because it sets up for Decimate lethal next turn. But more importantly, it gives us another blocking tool.
Okay.
So we get 1 more block out of this now, which is important because if we survive to next turn, we win. And we can drop this again as another blocker this turn when he flawless duets and does all his bullshit.
Yes. Yeah, this actually gets better.
So we block here. We upgrade Azir. So we're gonna block everything here, but only because we can drop another unit as another blocker after this phase. So if he kills this, it doesn't matter. We just want to get the least damage taken as possible, yeah. We have max board anyway. And we can, everything can die here and we still win.
Oh yeah, because he's already at 4.
Yeah, so we just win at the start of next turn. So there's a call card called Shape Sands here, or Shapestone, and it gives this +3, so we have to block everything here, just for worst case scenario.
Yeah, there was this one time I faced a dude and he used like 4 shape stones in the same turn. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, so just because Shapestone and Irelia switching wins here, we have to block absolutely everything. And just for best odds, I'm just gonna block like this. But we are good here. And we win with Decimate next turn, so. GG. Alright, this next one's gonna be all you, bud. Day 2 of playing the game, and you're gonna be up against a Masters player. Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
It's okay. Your deck's broken. This deck can beat anyone. It's gonna build a lot of confidence when you win, okay? So, we just decimate here. We win.
Yeah.
Unless he has deny. He could deny here. Deny, but he doesn't have it. He only had 2 cards. For best practice, we should have played our other unit first to try and bait out more mana. So he can't deny, but sometimes we just get lucky.
Okay, yeah. So those little things like that can cause the game.
Mm-hmm. So, one other thing to definitely know, I'm going to go over how spells work in this game, just because it's your second day of playing. When someone, like, chains a spell, or if I play a spell on on my opponent's card, and then he plays a spell in response on one of my cards, his spell resolves first. His spell is going to go first because he played it last. Last spell played goes first.
Right.
That's just something to keep in mind, because if you have game but your opponent has a bunch of mana, you might have to actually hold it and wait until like last second, or until you're clear, your opponent doesn't have any mana or response cards. Because you can have game, but if you drop your game, then he can, in response, like, reply with his, and you can lose, because his will resolve first. So you might have to wait for him to play his. It's weird situations like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It actually makes me feel better to know you don't need Elise to win, because you completely, won without Elise.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely win without Elise, for sure. Elise helps a lot, though. Elise does a lot for this deck because you play a lot of spiders, but yeah, it's really just a schmork deck. Alright, let's go. And as you get cards, try and build closer to, rounding out this deck and putting in those cards you couldn't fit in earlier.
Right.
Especially the Stalking Shadows. Those are really good with the Doom Beasts. For burn damage, or just to get a bunch of 1/1s and flood the board. You can win like 3 turns in. Crazy stuff like that. Or not anymore, it's 3 mana. You can win like 4 or 5 turns in, I guess.
Oh, okay.
They nerfed it. Alright, what are you doing here?
Waiting for it to load up.
Does it keep freezing? This might not be possible.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Go.
I would actually roll with that.
You're just gonna roll with this?
Yes.
You shouldn't keep Doom Beast here.
Oh, okay.
Should replace this card. I'll help you out here, just because it's gonna be like a really impossible game if you don't, just because it's on my account, but still your decisions. Right. Go. Oh, you're nuts. We're just rolling with these hands. Can you see them?
Wow. I would put Precious Pet and swing.
Well, it's his attack token. But on our turn, you can do that.
I just realized that.
What are we doing here, boss?
I would put another Precious Pet.
And then, I'm assuming you want a rear guard?
Yeah, I do. I was gonna say put that one next.
Yeah. What are we doing here, boss? What are we attacking with?
Oh, the 2 precious pets.
Good to go?
Oh, well, all three.
Good to go?
You know, I had a feeling he would have blocked the 3-2.
I had a feeling he was going to do that as well.
Where we at now? Okay.
Where are we at with this? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I would put Elise.
Good decision. We only want to play this on our attack turn.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, so they would put the spider.
What are we doing
What's
here?
that 2-drop that you drew into?
So this summons a 1/1. And then
Oh, yeah, I
this...
want that.
Are you sure you want that? This makes this unable to block. So you could swing with everything this turn.
Okay,
And they're
so-
all buffed.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can Brothers Bond. I'm just giving you a little bit of advice here. We can do this if you want
that
to.
advice, because I didn't see that play at all. So yeah, I'll definitely do that play. And now I know for the future.
Ah, we got fucked. It's okay though. Still have Elise. Alright. For some of the stuff, just to speed it up, because you might be loading or freezing, the only thing to do is attack here, so I'm just gonna throw it in, you know. Alright. You got the Viego. We need a blocker for the Viego here, just as a hint. He is fearsome,
No,
so only units with...
Oh,
Yeah, what do you say?
he got the V8.
Yeah, fearsome means only things with 3 or more attack can block it. I'm pretty sure you knew
Yeah,
that.
I can block.
This is 3 attack, and then this is 2 attack. What should we play?
What's the 2-drop in your hand?
So this is Legion Grenader. It's a 3 attack, 2 health unit.
Yeah. I'll play him as a blocker.
Nice. And then are you trying to flood board with House Spider like a boss?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, I'm gonna give you the secret sauce of a play here. You're gonna block with this. You're gonna Brothers Bond. This in the Elise.
Mm-hmm.
Kills this. And then next turn, Elise upgrades, you pull and swing for dumb damage.
Wow.
You see that? Crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Viego's out of the way. And then she transforms.
Here we go.
I'd summon that spider to see if he summons anything.
What if he has spells, though? Think about it. You're making the calls, though. I don't want to undermine you. So the things to consider right here, he could have a board wipe, but if we attack, he could have a deal 1 damage to everything spell. Or if we play a unit, he could have a deal 2 damage to everything spell. So, you know, it really is just like your cup of tea. I personally prefer attacking here because we can pull, and then if we did play this and he has board clear.
Yeah, and that way, since he won't have another body on board, it'll be easier to deal damage.
Yeah, and if he did have the spell that's out of combat, when we played this, this would die. If he clears board right here, right now, At least we have this. And he didn't have the correct answer, so it's really bad. Alright.
Sheesh.
How do you feel about passing here?
No, I feel fine with it.
Alright. So here my thought process is, if he swings with this, we block with Elise. And if he swings with this and this, we just take the damage. And we're not playing units this round, because we want to play this on our attack round, and we want to play this after we've already played a card.
Alright.
So we're just passing here. And then when he ends around. So,
Trying for another Brothers Bond.
yeah. So this can make him unable to block with this. We know he doesn't have AoE board clear unless he just drew into it. So we're looking at this side of his hand. If he plays cards from this side of his hand, that means that he most definitely did not just draw into it. Alright, so he kills this. And Noxian Fervor is a response card to this. Right? Have you learned this yet? You save these for when someone targets this, because this is going to die anyway. And so you want to just like get 3 free damage out of it. So that's fine here.
Alright.
And we have 5 mana, so we can play every card in our hand this turn. And then we're going to heal off of this. And then the consideration here is we can swing. This blocks this. This blocks this. This blocks this. And then we only really get 2 damage here. But it puts him in range for Decimate. So, do we want to try and put him in range for Decimate? We can Brothers Bond. And then we just need a Noxian Fervor, Decimate, Captain Fenrir. We don't have any units after this, but I think that this might be one of our last chances to swing, you know what I mean? So, let's try and set him up. All we can really do here is get some damage on this and damage on his face. So he's at 2. So Doom Beast does it. Demolitionist and one other card does it. Decimate, Fervor, and another card. Hey! You did it! You just beat Chalv's Elite. You just beat the Masters player. You did it! You're the best in the game. Day 2 of playing this game. And you just fucking clapped.
Dude, I just can't believe
A
that
top
deck of a
Top doesn't play. The top deck doesn't, man. Alright, do you feel you learned anything, man?
I feel okay. The only thing I have really a confusion about is like when to block, when to pass.
I got you. So the way to look at your health bar is as long as it's above 1, you're okay. It's just a resource. You want units over health every time because no matter what deck you're playing, you are going to win the game before he is. You have more damage than every other deck in the game. Just play with that mindset. So, like, pretty much don't block unless, like, it sets them up to win before you can win. Or if it's, like, a pretty low cost, like, it's like you have, like, a 1/1 unit you don't really need, and you can block, like, 8 damage or something. That's, like, a really big deal. You know what I mean? Like, really high efficiency blocks are good to take, but if it's like you have a 1/1 and you swing with a 2/1 and, you know, later in the game, like in like 2 rounds, he might Sandstone Charger and he might attack with a 5/2 Inferial, so you're like, you know what, I'm going to let this attack go through. because I know that next round he's swinging with a 5-2 that I can block with the 1-1 and it's better. So like you're kind of like hunting for like the best value blocks, which you'll kind of get each deck's like highest value blocks through playing the game. So you're looking for those, but pretty much you're just trying to have more units so when you swing it goes through. And another time you might want to block is if it clears, if he's out of mana and it's his last unit, you might want to block there. You know what I mean? Because then next turn you can open swing. Or like if you can block something that has like 3 health and you're swinging with like a bunch of 2 attack cards next turn, you don't want it to get a negative block, so you don't want it to get 2 blocks off in the game because that's a lot of value against what you play. So you might just block it with the 3 attack card so that all your 2 attacks go through next turn or get blocked by a single unit.
So what you're saying is whenever you're blocking, I gotta make sure that whatever I'm blocking pretty much dies within the block.
Yeah, that's like your definitely shoot for that. Definitely shoot for that, or sets it up to die to like something else. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. Yep.
All right. But yeah, for the most part, your health is just a resource, and it's okay to go really low as long as you can win. Especially like, even if like if you have game next turn through swinging, if you just have more units, say your opponent's at like 6 health and you have decimate, and you have like 6 units on board and he has 5, and he swings, just let all of that shit go through if he has no more units to play. Drop yourself to 1 health from 20 even, who cares? As long as he doesn't have face damage, you'll learn based on the deck. And then you can just swing next turn, and that one thing that gets through and decimate wins you the game. So small things like that. Or like you can block with one thing and just make sure you're only blocking. If you block, it kills because you want to keep that unit advantage. You know what I'm saying? So if something attacks with like 3 health, if you block it, make sure it kills it. Don't block it with a 2 thing, because then it's 4 units against 4 units. And when it goes to your turn to attack, he now has a blocker for every single one of your units. Just make sure you're a unit up when you're swinging in that situation. Stuff like that.
Okay. So if I'm not a unit up, I can pass or...
Yeah, or I mean, like, it depends. Maybe if you swing and he can block all of your units, but he can't kill any of them, then it's like a really good situation. Stuff like that. You'll kind of pick it up through playing games, and I don't mind doing multiple coaching sessions. So if like you have more questions later on, you can also look back in the VOD to see this one again. But yeah, I hope you learned something, and I hope that deck gives you some luck.